Can you hear me? You can just wave if everything is okay. Good afternoon, Dr. Ngu. All right. Okay. Earlier everyone can't hear the video, right? So I'm asking the assistance from edX staff here, Umu, to replay the video. Okay. So right, Umu, can you help to play the video for think, check and submit? Okay, we will start with the video first.
You've done your research and are ready to publish. Sharing your results with the world is key to the progress of your discipline and to your career. Publishing your work with an untrustworthy journal has the potential to damage your career. With the number of journals growing at around 3.5% annually, and almost 1,000 new journals launching in 2014 alone, how can you choose a trusted journal for your research? Think, check, submit. Before you decide, step 1. Think. Can I trust this journal with my research? Do I need more information before I can decide that this is a trusted journal? Step 2. Check. Does the journal publish research that you would read yourself? Can you tell which organisation publishes the journal? Can you contact them easily if you need to? Does the journal have editorial policies in place? And do they conduct appropriate peer review? Does it charge publication fees? And are they clear about how much they cost? Do you know the names or reputations of any of the editorial board members? Are articles in the journal indexed in any of the services that you use? Step 3. If you can answer yes to most of these questions, then submit. By following these 3 steps, you can identify which journals will reliably publish your work and make an impact in your field. When you finish your next article, remember to think, check, then submit. Check the website for more tips to help you find a trusted journal for your work.
Okay, thank you very much, Umu. All right, so we are back here. Okay, everyone, are you ready for this afternoon? We have another whole afternoon to go to cover a few more topics. So bear with me, and if there is any questions or anything just like what I mentioned this morning, feel free to just unmute yourself, and you can just ask me directly. Yeah. All right. Enjoy the session. I will share my slide. Okay. All right. Welcome back. Okay. All right. We will start this afternoon the session with communicating research. I'm sure after a lunch break, you will start to feel a bit sleepy, a bit tired. Get yourself a coffee. I'm also getting my coffee here. Okay. And also my water. I'll be talking nonstop for another 2.5 to 3 hours with you. Okay, so communicating research. If you remember what we have covered since this morning, we have already covered researcher profile. If you still remember, recall your memory. Researcher profile, I've shared with you how you can actually update your publication list in the Publons to track your own citation, the papers, citation to your papers. And also, we already covered impact matrix about your H index, and how you can actually slowly enhance and build the H index. Yeah, we have also covered what else did we cover? Open access. Okay, we have covered open access. We have covered what is the other thing that we have covered? Where to publish? Yes, where to publish, and also the search engine optimization. So now this afternoon it will be even fun. I guess this is fun for us all here communicating research. So have fun. Okay. Now everyone go to Slido, www.slido.com, and the event code here is 62973. It's the same code like this morning. Okay. I have some question for you, and I will show you your output. So in my list here we have around 11, okay, minus myself, we have around 10 of you joining us. So we go to Slido and we will play around for a while, just so that you don't fall asleep. Okay, let's go to Slido. Okay, hold on. I will show you where the Slido is. Okay. Okay, joining Slido now. I have a question for you. Okay, we start with the question. If you don't want to go to type the slido.com, you actually can just scan this and then send your answer. So join Slido 62973. Okay, let me get this. Aha. Everyone can see, right? Okay, start typing in your quick answer. What the question that I want to ask is, what is the example of outputs or channels of activities for communicating research? When we talk about communicating research, what comes to your mind? Any response? Come. Or you're still warming up after lunch break? Oh yes, we have one. First one, journal papers. Okay, what else? I'm expecting more. You can type in more. So it's not limited to 10 only. Each person one answer, but you can type in 2 or 3 or even like 5. It's up to you. So we are going to see what happens to the word here. Yeah. Seminar, conference. What else? Come on. Yeah, science fair. Just pour in your words. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? We are talking about communicating research communication. Good, it's building up. University publishers, okay. Research open day, okay. What else? It seems that there is a send to person, is it? See, I can see the active poll. But I'm not limiting everyone. So there is, when I set this poll question, I cannot detect who is actually answering. Yeah. But I hope everyone can participate because we want to see, since morning I've explained the training that I will be conducting. This is not the lecture style where you just listen, or a webinar, listen only. So I prefer a two-way engagement. Okay, two-way. If I'm face to face to you right now, I consider myself face to face to everybody. Although you are like switching off your camera, but it's okay as long as you can see me. So it's a sometimes I'll be asking anyone from the list here to give some answers. Okay, come on, people. Just these two? No, I mean like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you sure? Public lecture, okay. What else? Think outside of the box. I'm giving some hint. Think outside of the box. Because all the things that we see here seems that it's like still circling around professional engagement as a researcher. But what else can you do? There is a lot more when we talk about communicating research, because I'm not limiting for the activities but channels, the outputs as well. Oh yes, I see now more things. Yes, come on. I'll give a few more minutes for everybody to participate. Yeah, think tank. Okay. Now you are thinking out the box now. Book launch, good. What else? What else? Another 3 more minutes. Throw in your idea. This is a poll. Yeah. So just throw in whatever come to your mind. We're talking about research communication. This is communicating research is our topic, our start topic for this afternoon. Policy papers, yes. Right, Dr. Wong. Yeah, Science Cafe collaboration with private industry. Is it possible if you can just put this answer in the Slido? I do see that you responded in the chat. You can just go open a tab, go to slido.com and key in the password 62973, which is the poll for today, for today's class. Okay, if we can just add these two more. Do you have any question, any struggles trying to go to Slido? Okay, now I do see more and more things. Everyone okay? What else can you think of when I'm talking about research communication? Dr. Wong Kah-hui here has a very good response in the chat, collaboration with industry partners and Science Cafe, which is actually, yes, you are right. It's actually one of the activities or channels that you can communicate with, communicate your research. Yes. Okay. All right. So before I close the poll, we move on to other things. Before I move on to other things, perhaps I can just let you unmute yourself if you want to throw in your words. Anyone, you want to unmute yourself? Let's hear your voice so that I know you are here with me and I'm not talking alone. Anyone who can just unmute yourself and then just give some activities for communicating research. Hi everyone. Is there whoever wants to unmute yourself for a while? Or should I just call anyone here? Oh, let's see. Okay, let's see if I can call anyone. Okay, Dr. Ilhami, are you there? Hello, Dr. Ilhami. Oh, is your speaker is on, or because you are still muted? If you are there, do you have okay, let me see. Hi. Oh, okay, no mic. It's okay. You can type your response here. You see the slider, right? You see the screen. Example of outputs and channels activities for communicating research. Do you have any others that you can think of? You want to add some more? We'll be closing the poll to move on. So if Dr. Ilhami, you can think of one or two which is not in the screen. I mean on this active poll webinar. Yes, thank you. Yeah, you thought of webinar. True, it is one of the way to communicate research. Okay, thank you everyone. I see. Yes, thank you for participating. And okay, let me go back to the slideshow. Okay. All right. So you have listed just now the example of output channels activities for communicating research. Now, knowledge communication, when we talk about after you have already done your research and how are you going to communicate this knowledge? So the linear dissemination of knowledge from producing all the way to using the knowledge, okay, there is actually four big categories. Whether you are an information intermediary is just like sharing. You make your information available for you just put out the result into public domain, but you are not doing anything else besides that. Okay, that's information intermediary. Then there is a second level, which is translating knowledge translator. So we talk about knowledge translator, you are translating the research evidence for non-specialist audience. Also, some of the activities such as giving seminars, webinars, writing policy briefs. So look at the difference here. For knowledge translator, you are just writing policy brief. But the next level is knowledge broker. So knowledge broker, you are actively engaging in the policy and practice debates. Okay, you take part in meetings with government agencies or even like convening, networking, and so forth. And finally, the very successful knowledge communication will be innovation broker. So innovation broker, you co-produce knowledge and social learning and innovation, whereby you influence the wider context to reduce transaction costs, okay, to enable innovation, build local capacity, and change incentive structures, and also to use the research. So this is the knowledge communication, the linear model, linear dissemination of knowledge, all right? Okay, scholarly network. Okay, the tools, there are several tools out there. There's a lot of tools to communicate your research. But just now I didn't see any of these two coming up. Oh, yeah, sure. There's someone mentioning about blogs and social media. I don't know who mentioned about that, but I remember seeing that. Okay, yes, you are right. So there are so many tools out there to improve the visibility of your research, like Kudos, LinkedIn, Twitter, Academia, Google Scholar, Figshare, Facebook, and so forth. Okay, then we are going to talk about social media. So, do you use social media? And okay, everybody use social media. I know everyone of us here, we do have one, we have our Facebook account, we have our, LinkedIn, Instagram, anything that you have. But the question I'm going to ask is, do you use social media professionally? Okay, so the key word here is whether you are using the social media professionally or not. Okay, come, response. You want to unmute yourself and say something? Hi, everyone. Are you using social media professionally? Dr. Pravina, you unmute yourself, right? So, are you using social media professionally? Let's hear from you.
No.
Not really. Okay, Dr. Gu. Yeah, not really. Let's come clean. Are we using social media professionally? Anyone thought of, okay, anyone in this room particularly, have you ever thought of using social media for professional engagement?
Dr. Huang,
Yes.
I did, for me, not entirely professional lah, my
Uh-huh.
Twitter. But if I got a paper, I will definitely publish it lah. I will just inform everybody that I
Oh,
published this kind of
not
paper
bad, not
and that.
bad.
Because
Yes,
I'm
that's good.
also a virologist.
Hmm.
So if there's any new findings on virus, I will also post it in my Twitter.
Good.
Something like
So
that,
you
yeah.
see,
But not
yeah, you
every
are
time
already
professional.
starting to communicate your research.
Yeah.
Yes, good. You are building impact for yourself, for your
Not
research.
influencer
Yes.
in kind of way lah.
Yeah, that is very
Not
good.
many
Okay.
followers.
We have all here, everyone here also. Okay, Dr. Zalfa, not really. Me too. Okay, yes. Dr. Fairuz, not at the moment. I hope after today you will be start thinking about communicating research. Yeah. So anyway, we are all very young here. We are all young researchers. We are all early career faculties in this room. I mean, so communicating, because we do have like you are building up your reputation as a researcher. So there is a long way to go for your career as a researcher. You are building up starting from now. So what is social media? Of course, everybody knows what is social media. Hold on, I just close my things. Okay, what is social media? Simply, to simplify it, put simply, it's just public conversation through digital media. Okay, we recognize that social and digital media effort as part of the research process, especially nowadays, especially when COVID start hitting, and suddenly everything goes online. Okay, you have the webinar, you have the online learning, online teaching and learning. We have all sorts of webinar, and what we are doing now here is also like online training, online training. Okay, so we recognize that the social and digital media effort as part of the research process. But what's the major issues for researchers to use social media? Why not everybody? Well, just now everybody answer right. Not really, not really, not at the moment. So what's the major issues? What do you face? Come, let's response from you guys. What do you face actually? What are the issues when it comes to using social media for professionally? We are not talking about like yeah, Dr. Cyrus,
I think it relates to copyright. Some of
right?
the some of the data, for example, right? Because we are bound
Okay.
to the
Yes.
publishers. Yeah. So, but unless we have more money for the open access, then it
Uh-huh.
should be okay to share with everyone. But sometimes
Okay.
if we share,
Uh,
for example, we cannot share the papers, right?
True. Because
Yeah.
there is you have to
Copyright
follow
issue.
the
Yeah.
infringement issue. Yes.
Yeah.
But hopefully, because like this morning when we talk about the Malaysian open science platform MSOP, no MOSP, sorry, MOSP. So after this, yes, we will have to be go open. All right. Thank you, Dr. Fairuz. Anything else that who wants to give some feedback? Is there other issues besides your concern about the copyright of sharing? What else? Why not sharing? Hello, Dr. Ngu. You just unmute yourself, right?
Yeah,
you. Okay, so
I'm
what
quite
else?
reluctant to do that, as because I feel that like I'm hard selling my my things. I mean, to my friends and maybe
Oh,
like
okay.
a bit
Yeah,
shy.
I get what you mean. Yes. You are not as a salesperson, right? Dr. Zafa, getting addicted to social media. True. If you get addicted, okay, actually, right, I will just share the notes, the theoretically, the, what we say, the textbook answer. Why? Intrusion, which is, yes, you scared that, uh, you know, it's like you're selling it very hard to your friends on the social media platform about what you are doing. It's like trying to be, I don't know what's the word, the exact word to put, intrusion. And the other thing, no time. I didn't hear from this room. I guess everybody is okay with your current work, right? So there is no issue on time and so forth. Haters, Dr. Wong, why haters? Okay, never mind. Yeah, actually I agree because people might be envy of you and so forth. Okay, so actually what I share here, the intrusion and no time is a textbook answer lah. A lot of people will say, well, I don't have time lah. Why want to share on the social media about what you are doing and so forth? Okay, tada. Everybody knows tweet, right? You because you're not people plagiarize your work. Yeah, intrusion. So that Dr. Noor Hafiza, that cover no, sorry, Noor Hafiza, yes, that covers under intrusion. Yes, you are right. So activity time. Okay, now I will give you maybe 15 minutes is a bit long. I won't give you 15 minutes because I will keep on talking and talking. So summarize your research in a tweet. So when I say a tweet, right, it's actually like less than 140 characters. Characters is not words, it's just characters, which means that it's ABC, A to Z, you already have 26. So it's only 140 characters, which means that it will be roughly around 10 words. Summarize your research in a tweet. Can we have that? Okay, start thinking. I will give you 2 minutes, 1 minute to think. Start thinking about your research, and I will go around the room, share about your research in a tweet, which is 140 characters or less. Okay, let me see the list of participants. Oh, hi, Nor Atika. Atika from cluster, research cluster office, right? Atika? Okay. Give you 1 minute to think your research, think about your research, what you are doing. And we will go around the room, or if we have volunteers, come on, let's be more active. We are all young here inside this room. Okay. You can just like raise hand, or even if you don't want to raise hand, it's okay. Unmute yourself and start talking. Okay, everyone. You have your idea already? Okay, your 1 minute is up. 1 minute. All right. Can I have volunteers first? I don't want to paksa-paksa lah. Any volunteers? Come, voice up. Research communication. So I'm giving you the opportunity, the chance to think about your research, to start communicating about your research, but slowly in a tweet first, which is 140 characters. Okay, volunteers, anyone who can unmute yourself, or you can type in the chat room as well if you have a speaker's problem, the speaker problem or so forth. If you don't have any mic with you. Hello. Oh, is 1 minute too short for you? Okay, I see someone. Okay, who the virus. Right. It will sound like a proposal title. Okay, what is it? Constructed wetland microbial fuel cell technology for wastewater. Where? Can't scroll down. Dr. Virus, can you unmute yourself and
Hi.
yeah.
So because the limitation of the 140 characters, and
Now
I
you know.
myself not, and I myself not a very active Twitter users.
No
So
worries.
to summarize is a bit tricky into such short sentence.
Yes.
So for my current field of interest will be the constructed wetland, and to combine it with the microbial fuel cell technology.
Okay.
So the good things about that is it can co-generate energy plus to treat the water.
Okay, so the
So
virus, I have
yeah,
one question for you.
yeah,
If I copy this proposal title, right?
yeah,
How many
yeah.
characters?
No, yeah. I don't know the constructed wetland. How many is it? Is it too
Well,
much or?
you see, the word constructed is already 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, one word consists of 10 characters. You can only manage to have 14 words.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I hope it's
Good.
within that range, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can learn from you how to make it sound more fun rather than more academics.
All right.
Yeah.
Sound more fun. Okay. Actually, well, when you want to tweet, right? Remember, I'm not asking you to provide a very professional or researcher way of title. Okay, hold on. Dr. Hafiza, Dr. Nur Hafiza. Okay, emphasize on the role of blah blah blah. Dr. Hafiza, you want to unmute yourself and explain?
Well, I think mine is too long.
Actually, I have one question, because when I'm saying the activity, summarize your research in a tweet. So automatically, the one that I see from the response from you, or everyone here, or most of, like previous training that I've conducted, and also is actually the same similar response that I received. So when I asked about this, right, everybody will start thinking, okay, what's my research title? Then start copying your research title. But let's go back to Dr. Um, who's one just now? Dr. Fairuz one. Dr. Fairuz, if let me check your title just now. Okay, the title constructed wetland microbial fuel cell technology for wastewater treatment and so forth. All right. If you are talking this to a layman, a lay person, okay, we don't go very far first. Your spouse, understand or not? Okay, provided your spouse is not a researcher. If your spouse is also a researcher, probably they will understand. So, what do you think? First, your spouse, they understand?
Surely those people will not understand.
Okay, then you have to start thinking how to change that very scientific word. What is the meaning of it? That's how you communicate your research. Trying to communicate in words. Actually, when I go through this sharing, I have the opportunity to go for trainings as well. So one of the thing about science communication or research communication is the task that was given is to tell your story, tell your research to your grandmother. Talk to your grandma about your research. If a grandma can understand, next task is talk to the 3 years old kid, your children, if they can understand what you are doing. So if they can understand, you have succeeded in communicating your research. Okay, so that's the tip actually. Of course I admit, being a researcher myself, I admit that it's easier to speak than done. It's not very easy to start talking or tweeting because that's why I give you this kind of task to construct your research into tweet. Tweet is very short, specific, simple, and easy to understand. Okay. All right. So for communicating research, so Do anyone has any question? Or you want to voice out your opinion? What do you feel about research communication? What do you think? What do you feel? This is not a lecture session, so it's not just receiving. We are communicating, we are sharing, we are learning from each other. So what do you feel? What do you think? Anyone wants to share anything? Come, just unmute yourself and start talking. Or you want to share before I go for the next chapter? Hello. Hi, anyone? You can mute yourself. Or you prefer me to call your name, is it? This is very Malaysian education. Okay. Can I call upon Dr. Sharifah? Hello, Dr. Sharifah, are you there? Dr. Sharifah? Hi, Dr. Sharifah. Calling once, calling twice. Are you there, Dr. Sharifah? Or you want to, if you have a mic problem, no worries, just let me know, and then, or you can just type in your response in the chat room. Okay, any question else? All right, I will ask Dr. Zalfa from Business Marketing. What do you think about research communication? Dr. Zalfa, can you share something? Hi, Dr. Zalfa. Everyone's still with me, right? Or I just want to find out whether it's my connection problem. Everyone's still with me now? Can you still listen to me?
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you, Dr. Cyrus. All right, Dr. Zalfa, are you there? Okay, Dr. Pravina. Hey, don't unmute yourself, Dr. Pravina. Okay, what do you think?
I think this is another part that
Uh-huh.
especially early career researchers need to learn lah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
because
It is.
before this, I think the much emphasis was made for publication in Q1, etc.
Yes,
But never in terms of this part of sharing.
science communication. Yeah.
Science
So
communication.
yes, because all the while, all universities are the same. Yes, KPI for lecturers, for researchers is publication. But now, besides publication because funders, whoever fund you, whether it's the university or the ministry grants or even like external parties, industry, even worse. Okay, or if you have ever applied for external grants such as the EU grant, the Horizon 2020, the what's that? The UK Research Council. Those grants, there will be even more things that you need to consider. Say, for example, the return on investment for the funds that is provided for you to do the research. What has the research done besides coming up with publication? So remember earlier this morning when I mentioned that 50%, right? 50% of published papers has not ever been read, and 90%, almost 90%, not even cited. So how are you going to increase that percentage? That is through all this research communication, all the search engine optimization. Slowly, you will be building this impact. So by the time when you are in your mid-career, or even when you are becoming a senior professor, at the end of your career journey, you will be building impact of yourself, of your research, and your research will be communicated to the society, and people will start taking up. And you are not doing research just shock sendiri research. Okay, you are doing research to improve the lifestyle, the well-being of people, to actually influence policymakers to do some action, real action, to solve the issues. So we are not just doing some research because the topic we like, but we are actually helping to solve, provide solutions, or coming up with novel knowledge to be shared, so that this, like the knowledge will be growing, will carry on. Okay, agree with me?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, so shall I continue for the next chapter, or because it's only like 40 minutes? You want to pause for a while before I continue, or maybe I will continue? What do you think? Or anyone want to say something before I continue? Hi, Dr. Wana, welcome back.
Hi, Dr. Bong. Sorry for being late.
It's okay, no worries. Yeah, you just missed our interesting activity, which you can see on the screen now.
That's the thing. I've got things to do just now. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So, right, Dr. Wana, since you are here and okay, maybe we can have you to give some points or your feedback. Okay, just now, the activities that we did was, I'm asking everyone to summarize your research in a tweet. It's not in a paragraph or what, but in a tweet, which is 140 characters or less. So, Dr. Wana, what do you think about research, communicating research? That's a chapter that we covered for after lunch.
Communicating to the public, do you mean? Is that what you mean just now? Sorry, I just joined.
So basically, communicating research is not just for the public, because when you are doing publication, you are actually communicating your research results, your findings.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yes, it's one of the way of communication. So how important is research communication?
Mm-hmm.
Especially for early career faculties? Or do you have any feedbacks, or what have you been practicing? You can share what have you been practicing thus far, and what would you like to do more?
I would like to do more to write in newspaper writing. Really, I really want to do that. And it's not easy, and I do find that the society will benefit a lot from most of our studies.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but the thing is, we run out of. We don't have that many avenue to send or to disseminate our findings, our research finding. Some of these research are actually will benefit those from non-English speaking people. I mean, those Malay group, low income group,
Yes.
So not to say those people, but those who are running community services for them. These are the things that they should know how to go about in dealing with these poor community people.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Wana. Yeah, that's very nice for what you want to do and you plan to do more. And newspaper, okay. Previously, when I was, because before I'm joining as an industry liaison now. So industry liaison, my main role is to help to bridge the gap between academia and industry, which means that I'll be handling with industry partners and try to get industry partners to work together with our researchers. That's my main task now as my full-time work. Previously, before joining this current office, I was with the research promotion. I'm doing research promotion mainly. So yes, that time I was helping researchers to communicate their research with media. Sometimes even until now, sometimes I do get requests from news, from media sometimes, but I will forward it to the corporate communication office they are looking for researchers to write about their work in a very layman term. And actually, we do have like one connection with Malaysian science communication or science communication. Hold on, let me see what's the. Okay, in this room, let me see. Dr. Pravina, young scientist.
Yes, yes.
You remember there is one Malaysian science communication agency?
Science Media Center Malaysia.
Yeah, science media. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, science media. So everyone in this room, after this, Google science media. So science media is another platform for you, where you can actually start talking about your research. Okay, science media center. You can Google, and actually, I'm. Oh, thank you, Dr. Pravina.
Okay.
Pravina shared the link. Yes. So this is one of the avenue of the platform where you can learn to start learning about research communication, where you can communicate your research result. Disclaimer here: I'm not promoting. I didn't receive any honorarium from Science Media. I'm just helping and sharing with researchers, with all of you, how you can build and improve your research communication. Okay, I've been talking too much. All right. Next, building impact. Okay, so this is like, well, it's 3 o'clock. Okay, building impact. Right. Those from UM, University Malaya, those researchers from UM. Okay, can I just go around the room? Are you aware of this new grant, internal grant called IIRG? Impact Oriented Interdisciplinary Research Grant. Let me see here. I think we have IIRG. Are you familiar with it? UM researchers?
Hi, sorry, I'm actually relatively new to UM, so I'm not familiar with it, but I have heard about it.
Okay. Okay, no worry, Dr. Ng. Others? Dr. Ngu, also no. Okay, Dr. Wana, yes, from email, all right. Actually, we do have one. I just noticed that we have Atika here, who is actually from the cluster office. Okay, Dr. Fairuz. Okay, Dr. Wong, been to the briefing once. Heard about it, but don't really know what it is. Okay, IIRG. You see, University Malaya, right? We are moving towards this kind of impactful research. So, research cluster. Everyone here, you know about research clusters, right? All of you deal with them, with research cluster, with the office. Yep. Okay. Anyone else can respond? Yes, you're all familiar with research cluster. So, quick one. The research cluster office now, how many main areas are there? Let me see. How familiar are you with UM? Yeah. Hello, anyone? The current cluster, the recent, the one now, how many areas for research clusters? Hi, hi. Everyone here is mostly from UM, right? I no response. Okay. 4. Dr. Wanda, you are correct. Yes, 4. Okay, what are the 4? Never mind. Just briefly, we'll go through. The 4 areas is actually frontier of natural world. Okay. I might miss out the words, yeah? Yeah, Dr. Zalpa, you are correct. 4. Okay, frontiers is one. Then there is health and well-being. There is also what's the happiness? Happiness, health and well-being. Okay, let's see, Dr. Zalfa. Oh, social advancement and happiness. Yes. What else, Dr. Zalfa? Okay, I actually given you the answer. Frontier of natural world, I think. Frontiers of natural world. And the last one is actually innovative the technology. Yep, I went up. Okay, never mind. We're not talking about research cluster here. But what I want to share is the results chain. Okay, the result chain, and this one is actually extracted from Prof. Hasib's slide when he presented for the IIRG, the Impact Oriented Interdisciplinary Research Grant briefing session. So this is one of the slides, and okay, the result chain. You have the input. Input is actually the things that you use to implement the projects. Okay, what all the facilities and data and so forth, the inputs. Then you are running the activities, which is the action associated to deliver the project goals. All right, and then you have the outputs, the results, the direct results, the immediate one, the short-term one, and then the next level is the outcome, which is the second level of the results. And this one, if we go by short term, medium term, long term, this will be the medium term of impact. Medium term of the consequences of projects. And finally, impact, the final level of your results, the long term consequences. Okay. All right. So what's the linkages between inputs, activities, output, outcome, and impact? Okay, if you look by time, as this is the timer, this is it's also from Prof. Hasib's slide, taken from University College Dublin report. So you have the funding. Input is like research funding, researchers and all this existing knowledge where you are doing your review and so forth. The equipments, the machines, the facilities that you use to conduct the research. Okay, that will be your input. So after input, and you need to run the research. That's the R&D. Okay, where you might have like new method you want to carry out, and then if you are collaborating with different researchers, your colleagues from different departments and so forth, the experiments and all these other activities done. Then you will get the output, which your output of the research is your publication, prototypes, or patents, or so forth. And from this output, if you remember just now, the earlier slide, is the first level of the results. So the second level from publication will be the outcome, right? Outcome is like human capital. If you have like any students graduating under you, okay? Or the citation, or the licensing. Okay, licensing is like you are developing some new products and you license it out. Okay, or is there any uptake of whatever results that you have published? That will be your outcome. So what's the impact then? This impact will be a bigger overview of your outcomes, like the impact in economic. Say, for example, let's say if you are graduating how many PhD students from the research. So the impact is you are helping to build the human capital of the country. So that's a big impact. Impact here is generally bigger picture. So there will be societal impact, education impact, and so forth. Okay. All right. So I do have Paul here. Okay, let's see. We will go for activity fun time again. Hold on. Let me stop this slide. Okay. Okay, if you can go to the right, where is it? the pause section. How do I go back? Okay. Right. You go to here, the front page. Okay. Click to Poly. Oops, cannot. Oh, never mind. If you can't, we go to pause. Okay, and then go up, go up, go up. Okay, I've prepared this question yesterday, last night. Right, I have the questions. So this one is actually, the project is called the Safe Water Project. Now, after listening to me explaining the input, the output, the outcome, impact, input, and then the activities, the output, the outcome, and impact. Now we go for Paul. The first question. Okay, you can just click here. If I mention, because the project is called the Safe Water Project. So number of community awareness meetings. So what is this? This is considered the output or the outcome or the impact. What do you think? Okay, please go and submit the vote now. You can click and then submit your vote. Hello. No action, right? Aha, we have one. Only one vote? How about others? Okay, two. Come on, everybody. Can you click on the answers? Which one do you think? Output, outcome, or impact? Thanks, Atika. Everybody, you can click right on the slide. Yes, good. I do see more answer now.
Sorry, I can't seem to click mine. It just asked me for a subscription instead.
Oh, really? Okay. Never mind. Then, Doctor, what's your answer? What do you think? Number of community awareness meetings?
I would actually think most likely output as well.
Output. Okay. All right. I will take into account. Take into your vote as well. Output. Who else? Hey, I have more attendance in the list here. I have like quite a number, but it didn't show in the result. I just wonder whether everybody is with me now or hello. Okay. Okay. Impact. Mhm. Any more? Number of community awareness meetings. Number of meetings, basically. Haha, Dr. Zalfa. Okay, good. Dr. Ngo. Dr. Ngo, you can't see the pause in your screen? But you have to actually go to the pause. Okay, Dr. Wana, you are thinking it will go for impact. Okay, Dr. Ngu, go for outcome. 1, 2, 3. Okay, roughly, I think almost everyone has answered, right? How many participants do I have? Yes, wait. Okay, I do have like more people coming in as well. All right, never mind. For those who just come in, we are doing a poll now. Because we are in building impact. So if you can just cast your vote, what do you think? Or if you can't go to the pause, you can just give me your answers in the chat. I can see from the chat as well. Impact, okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, community awareness meeting. If we go back to remember the results trend that I show you. So, if you think carefully, right, number of community awareness meeting after input. Okay, input is what you are the things that you are going to use to implement the project. Then you run the research. After running the research, it will be your output. So, if you think back, output is the first level, which is the direct results of whatever activities that you run. Okay, first level means it's immediate. Outcome will be the result of the first level. And finally, impact will be the highest level, which is the third level of the project. And it will be a long term. Remember, I told you, I was saying that impact is something bigger, a bigger view, bigger picture. Yes, Dr. Zalfa, output refers to activities run. Yeah, output is actually the whatever you have done. Okay. Why I don't put that as activities is because this number of the Safe Water project, after you have done the research, this is starting to engage. It's a research communication. If you notice that, you see, hold on. Okay, if you look at this, I'm actually putting number of community awareness, which means that you start to engage with the community. You are communicating your research to the public. Okay, community awareness. So, okay, the answer for this question, number of community awareness, is actually output. It's actually the first level of the result, the first level, immediate one. Okay, it's a short term. You just do a community awareness. So you see why it is an output is because you are conducting a very clear output you can measure. So the trick here is output is measurable, it's quantifiable. Okay, outcome, it will be difficult to measure. It's not direct, it will be something indirect. Impact, even worse. Okay, impact is sometimes very abstract, I would say. Okay, how do you measure impact? The impact matrices is not very clear. Okay, so the answer for this number of community awareness is actually output. Everyone agrees, or you have a different view? What do you think? Agree or not agree? What do you think? Or you have a different view? Agree. Okay, thank you, Dr. Pravina. Others? More on tangible output. Yes, tangible. It's so the community awareness program is a meeting, so you can count. This is the numbers. It's direct, it's immediate, it's long, it's very short term. Okay. Yes, correct. Okay. Clear with question number 1. So we have 4 more to come. No worries. You have fun here. Okay, next one. Ta-da! Now, the next question is fewer cases of people suffering from diarrhea, reduced number of lost man hours, poverty reduction. So same thing, I'm also asking whether this should be considered as output or is an outcome or it's an impact. Okay, all these the questions that I'm going, the pause here is all from the SAM project, which is the Safe Water project. Okay. The outcome. Okay. Starts cast your vote. Yes, we are playing vote casting. Five, 6, okay. 7, right? Any more? Okay. 8. All right. Okay, so do I have everyone answering? Okay, let me see if everyone has answered. Okay. Right, some impact, yeah, outcome, all right. Okay, word clause, yes. Paul, no, it's not Paul. What? The Paul clause. Okay, we look back. So if we analyze from the step, oh, hold on. Where are we? Okay, here. So, fewer cases of people suffering from diarrhea because of the Safe Water project, and subsequently it will reduce the number of man hours lost, because when fewer people suffering from diarrhea, everyone can go back to work, so the reduce the number of lost man hours, and subsequently poverty reduction. So the answer for this question is actually impact. Okay, that is a bigger picture of the results from the research being done, which is the Safe Water project. Okay, this will go to impact because we are looking at this poverty reduction. Okay, all right. So for those who didn't answer impact, those who answered outcome, do you agree with me, or you have a different view? I have a total 7 votes on the votes and also some from the chat. Okay, Dr. Zalfa, what's the question again? The question here is, actually it's not a question. It's this is actually the project. So project is Safe Water. Safe is Safe Water. Safe Water is apa? It's clean water. which is safer for people. So the project itself is to make the water safer, cleaner, more hygiene, and so forth. So the statement here is fewer cases of people suffering from diarrhea and subsequently reduce the number of lost man hour and poverty reduction. Yes, agreed. Okay. And yes.
So for the first sentence, right? I think it's outcome for the first sentence, right? And the second one and the third one is the impact. It's like there's an outcome impact words there.
Okay.
It's a bit
You can
confusing.
okay, the first sentence, right? If just fewer cases of people suffering from diarrhea, it's not the outcome yet. It's actually the output.
Oh, okay.
Why? Because you can
It's
quantify.
like the calculations of fewer cases.
Yes.
Oh,
you
it's like
can
everything
quantify.
is inside lah. Inside there. I mean,
Yes. It's actually this sentence, everything is inside.
everything is inside. Okay.
Yes. You are right. Okay. Thank you. All right. Oh, you thought the outcome at first sentence. Okay. No worries. We are learning. We are learning. So at least, right, after today's lesson, when you are being asked what's output, outcome, and what's impact. So don't confuse yourself. It's actually three different things. Yeah. So sometimes some researcher might not be thinking about this when they are doing their research. But from now, I think it's better for you to start thinking, since the direction of research, right, is going towards impactful research. Okay, even UM itself, we have already coming up with the IIRG grant, the internal grant. Okay, so next question. Oh, so fast. You guys have already started answering. Okay, the percentage of households that are using chlorinated drinking water. What is this? Is it an output? Is it an output, or is it an outcome, or is it an impact? Okay. Percentage of households that are using chlorinated water. Connect back to the research, yeah? Connect back to the research. So after this, I hope that after we go through this exercise together, the Safe Water project, then after this, what I would like you to think after today's training is think back of your own research. What are the outputs? What are the outcomes? And what are the impact? So start thinking from now on. Whatever you are doing, whichever field you are in, what discipline you are in, what's the impact of your own research? Okay. All right. So how many we have now? Let me see. 6 slots. There are some missing. Percentage of household using chlorinated water. I'll give you some time, while you think about it, whether this is output or this is outcome, or is it an impact? Okay, 7 bots. At 9. All right. So everyone has answered. Okay. Now we look back. So percentage of households that are using chlorinated drinking water. If we think about it, right, you are doing the Safe Water project. So the results of the project, of the research itself, is that you get a safer water, a cleaner water. That's the result. That will be the first level, which is the output. Okay, just now we mentioned the output. First one, remember, is the number of community awareness. That will be the output. publication will be your output of that project. So now, the statement here is percentage of households that are using chlorinated drinking water is actually the outcome. Okay, the outcome is not output, but is actually the outcome. Right. So let's see. Dr. Zalfa give a very good explanation here. The achievement made after activities run. Yes, actually it's a second level. It's indirect. It's not direct. It's a second level of whatever the first level of the result. So here, the first level is that, okay, that means the percentage of house. Okay, the first, the result itself is more, is a cleaner water, safer water to be used. Okay, so the output of that, you have the publication, you have the number of awareness activity, but you have more people using this water, but the percentage is actually is a second level. You don't get it directly. Okay, you don't get it directly from the result itself. It's a second level of the results. It's not immediate, but it's actually a medium term because of what the research for the clean water is. So you have more people, more households using chlorinated drinking water. Okay. Is the answer is outcome? Everyone okay? Or you want to have a different view? Okay, Dr. Ng. Yeah. Can we go for the next poll? Or is this one before we go on? Everyone okay? Yeah. Good, good. Too fast, too slow? Response? Everyone still here? Okay. So, the fourth one, the fourth poll. Number of children suffering from diarrhea may reduce. Subsequently, child deaths are reduced. What do you think? Impact, okay. Everyone answered? Okay, let me see. We have 7, 8. Okay. All right. So at least now I see slowly, more and more, most of you got it right. So this is an impact. Why? Because when you look at this, the number of children suffering from diarrhea may reduce. Okay, what is this first statement? Dr. Zalfa come up with an equation. Good lah, Dr. Zalfa. Final number plus final result impact. Okay, so this is actually impact because the death reduce, where you are increasing, improving the health of the community, of the society. That hence, you have lesser number of child deaths. Okay, so it's actually impact. All right. Now the last poll. We have enough fun. Okay, the last poll. Percentage of children suffering from diarrhea. What is this? Percentage of children suffering from diarrhea. What do you think? Okay. All right. Everyone answer outcome except Dr. Ng answer output, right? Okay. 7. Anyone who has not answered or still thinking? Okay. So, percentage of children suffering from diarrhea. Okay, the answer for this, for the percentage, is actually outcome. You're right, outcome. Okay, so why is it an outcome? It's not a direct one. You cannot get that result immediately. So it's actually a secondary of what is the direct result. Okay, what is the output? The secondary part is actually the outcome. Okay, so we have enough fun where we will go through the activities together. I hope all of you now, okay, let's go back. I hope all of you now, you are clear with the terms, what is output, what is outcome, and what is impact, right? Okay, everyone okay now? Now you see me. Do you have any question or anything you want to ask? Okay, everyone. All right. Okay, clear. Okay, good. Thank you. I hope you are clear. So after this, right, when we are talking about what is output, what is outcome, what is impact, it actually requires you to pause and think about it, about the research itself. So you are clearer with what you are doing. You are clearer with the objective and the aim, and what is the goal that you want to achieve for your research. Then we are building, actually I'm bringing everyone throughout this journey on the research outreach, research engagement, and building the impact. Okay? Alright. So, I hope I can finish on time. Okay, we will go, let me share my slide. Share the slide. Okay. Alright, research impact. Familiar with the word research impact? Okay, what is research impact? Okay, I'm going to explain from here. What is research impact? So you develop your publishing strategy, you publish your paper, then you manage the publication, maintain your profile where the researcher profile is, and so forth. Then you measure your impact, right? The impact trace, like impact metrics, the H index, your H index, the citation of the paper, and others. Then finally, you show your impact. So basically, if you ask the question, is my research making an impact? Ask this question to yourself. Is your research making an impact? Okay, everyone, unmute yourself. Is your research making an impact? Hello? Come. Is your research, okay. What's the question? I'm asking, is your research, whatever you are doing, I don't know what your research is, making an impact? What do you think? Tengok?
I don't know how to measure it, but I hope
Okay.
I hope it's making an impact. Yeah.
All right. All right.
Depends on who is the. Sometimes the question is who is the audience or readers. If
Yeah.
whether if the impact on the public, which I'm not very sure, but it is on peers, maybe our circles, because we will discuss it at the conferences. Maybe
Yes.
there's some impact on their
On your
thinking.
research.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you, Dr. Ngu. How about others? Is your research making an impact? Can I get the response? Can I get response from you? You can either you can opt to unmute yourself, or you can just type in the chat room. Is your research making an impact? Okay, I will go around then. Sorry, I will be like engaging. I hope you are okay.
Let
The
me
virus,
raise here.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. To be honest, for me, the research impact depends on how we define it. For example, right, during my PhD, so my groups, we always aim for like really high impact factor journal. So my supervisor kind of push us to get the best result, for example. So the words, for example, this is the first time we reported the highest. So basically, the
Okay.
impact in that case would be the impact in terms of our group reputation.
All
But
right.
once I come back to Malaysia after my PhD, so I believe that the research impact should be something like beneficial to the society.
Okay.
I cannot really replicate my PhD work because it's too advanced. We don't have that facilities in our engineering faculty. So what I'm doing now is it's like kind of getting step back in terms of wastewater treatment, for example. So I believe that the technology might not be as advanced in my previous PhD institution. So I believe the current plan, because I was just 1 year, right? I just received the faculty grant. So I believe that in future our research will be beneficial for the wastewater treatment for the Malaysian society.
Okay.
So,
All
yeah.
right. All right. Thank you, Dr. Virus. Okay. Can I have one more feedback? If you can just unmute yourself, it will be easier for everybody. Can I have just one more feedback? Whether your research is making an impact?
Hi, this is Dr.
Yes, Dr.
Well, the work I was doing, I felt did make some impact, although they are all very early stages.
Okay.
In a sense that we actually found there are what they call pathophysiological mechanisms that actually leads to what they call functional irritable bowel disease as well as functional dyspepsia. And there's actually pathways in the spinal cord that you can tease out with well-designed research to show that these are potential new pathways that we need to target in these patients who are usually very hard to treat and usually very complex, needing multidisciplinary approaches to try to solve their issues. And the initial work we did on healthy human volunteers as well as animal work appeared to show that there is an upregulation in the spinal cord pathways, which is attributed to these patients being super sensitive to what we, the rest of us, would consider as normal conditions. So even pH level, which is normally not causing hypersensitivity or pain in the gut, will be painful to these patients in the first place.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Ng. Okay. So back to the question. Yeah, I have some feedbacks from you. So if you are asked whether your research is making an impact or not, there are actually the hint. What is the key point is this: reach and significance. What is the reach? The reach is actually the extent and diversity of whether your research has on the communities, on the environments, on individuals, on organizations, or any other beneficiaries that may have been impacted by the research. So like what Dr. Ng has just shared about the patients, okay? You reach out. See, your research is able to reach the is extendable. It's like you are able to reach out, and it's diversity. Okay, so the second is actually only two keywords: reach and significance. So what is significance? It's a degree to which the impact has enriched, influenced, informed, changed. Either it can be the policies, the behaviors, the practice, products, opportunities, or even perception of the society. You're already making a significance. Okay, so once your research can reach out and making a significance, yes, your research is making an impact. Okay, so clear. Now think back, connect it to your own research. Have you answered these two keywords? The reach, how far your research can reach out. Okay, the extent and the diversity, how far it can go back. The result, whatever you are publishing, will it go for further beyond only publication? Say, for example, maybe your research, right, it's able to reach to the public. Okay, you can have like perhaps through newsletter, through magazines, through newspaper articles, interviews, journalist interviews. Like say for example, you are being called to share in radio, in Bernama, and so forth. That you have already started reaching out. The next one is the significance. So what's the degree of your research in influencing or informing or changing? Okay, so if you answer these two, yes, your research definitely making an impact. And the next one we will see is how you are going to make this impact stronger. Okay, so everyone, up until here, okay?
Okay, Dr. Bob,
Yes.
excuse me, I have a question.
Yeah.
This is actually my project is almost completed, but
Yeah.
during that time, I never think to have a research impact.
Mhm.
So I always think that research impact always goes to not social science. Okay,
Oh, no, it is. Social
yeah.
science, hey, you are developing policy.
Okay.
Yes.
But we can't see that, isn't it? It's policy creation. Now the
But the
research.
policy, right, is actually influencing the government agency,
Mm.
influencing decision makers.
So in this case, my research is about understanding how customers would like to continue or not to use the smart wearable devices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Okay.
after they experience it, after they can see, they evaluate the good or bad about using this, whether they want to continue or not.
Mm.
So which part, if they continue, that means they have good impact.
Mm-hmm. Okay, see, Dr. Zalfa, okay, now we try to dissect your research. So your research is to see whether the customers, the public, whether they want to continue with a smart wearable device, right?
Yes.
You have answered the reach. Did you notice that?
Again?
You have answered this
Oh,
keyword,
okay.
reach.
Oh, they want reach.
Yeah, because why? You see, your research, it extend out the diversity is the community, correct? You are looking for the public.
Yes, the consumer, the current
Yes.
consumer.
So you reach out. And the next one, whether they want to use or not, have you noticed you have also answered significance? Unknowingly. Because the result from your research, it will impact and will change here the perceptions of individuals, community, and organization.
But the one is for those who willing to continue. What about those who are not willing to continue?
Well, if they are not willing to continue because of your research, they are informed and your research influenced them. So basically, whatever you are doing, your research itself, right, has a research impact. It's just that most of us, when we are doing research, we don't realize it. And when we want to document it, when we are asked about what is your research impact, we don't know how to present. But right? So because you are in the marketing department. So when I give this idea, right, then you can start brainstorming. Hey, you can package the whole thing. Your research is actually giving up an impact. You are impacting because of what the findings from your research. Say, for example, you found that, okay, this is, I don't know what the finding is, but let's say if the finding is saying that, okay, everybody, most of the public, the consumers think that, yes, they want to continue wearing the smart devices, smart wearable device for their own health and so forth, for example. So the significance level, what your impact will be, or what your research will be contributing to impact, is actually you are giving information, you are influencing the industry of smart wearable device to make more devices. You are actually giving, you are enriching and also enriching the researchers to improve the wearable device. So see how your research is actually contributing to impact.
Yes.
Right?
Now I can see.
Yes.
Yeah, the way how we communicate actually.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, okay. Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So, clear, everyone? Okay. You can share with me if you have any doubts or if you want to ask question.
Dr. Boom.
Yeah, Dr. Pravida.
Yeah, maybe you can help us. I'm actually a bit unclear how to show the significance part, especially perception of individual. Like, say,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about uh, pollutant in drinking water. So,
Okay.
of course, I've reached the communities, but how to mm, portray it in terms of significance?
Okay. All right. Yeah. Shall I charge you consultation? No
Oh,
worries.
sorry.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Actually, I will just give you the solution for this. How are
Uh-huh.
you going to show that perception of behavior change? Through survey forms, through focus group discussion. Have you
Oh,
thought about that? So, okay,
Mm,
why
okay.
survey form? Why? I will tell you why. You can have a pre and post survey forms. So before you have these awareness activities going on for the drinking water, you can check on the current practices that the community is doing. So maybe they are just using unsafe river or rainwater and so forth without processing it. Okay, and after introduce your findings to that community, ask them back through surveys, even through interviews. That will
Mm-hmm.
be your testimonial
I
that your
see.
research is actually making a significance has starting to change the perceptions, the perspective.
I see. So meaning to say, when we want to show the significant, it's not like we have to follow exact sample size. No, even the interview involve 5 or 6 people. Do you
Mm-hmm.
think sufficient enough?
Okay. I'm not the best person to talk about like how many is actually enough because
Okay.
I don't know how big is I don't know how big is your population.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Okay. I don't know
Okay.
how big, but the thing is, interviews, right? Actually, usually this is like towards the methodology of your research. It is not very quantitative. It will be going
Okay.
towards qualitative or a mixed mode research.
Oh.
Okay, you can conduct a focus group discussion. You can conduct interviews because from the interviews, right, you will gather a few answers. And from the interviews, from the feedback from these stakeholders of yours, you will see what are their feedback. Is there any change in terms of behavior? Is there any change in terms of the mindset? Or, what is the current practice and what is the practices or the way they behave or whatever they are doing after you have introduced you? Okay, similarly, if I think we have some of you coming from faculty of medicine, from life sciences background, right? So similarly, if you are doing this pre-post test, so that's the thing. Before intervention, then give this intervention, and after the intervention, you will see the change. So that would be the significance.
So if I got this straight, this thing should be incorporated from the beginning in the research proposal, right? It is not like suddenly you put in to.
Yeah. I think right. Because all the while the practice is we have I would generalize because now I do see the changes. I do see the changes in the mindset of our researchers now. Good thing. But previously, before this, everybody is very focused. Okay, I will continue this research because it's my interest. Because I want, Malaysians saying that shock sendiri. You just conduct the research whatever you want. Okay, you start from there. But by the time when you reach publication, what's next? How are you going to continue your research if you don't know where are you going to move? So a lot of researcher, when they didn't think about it at the beginning, when they come to the publication and moving forward from publication, right? That is where a lot of researcher is struggling. But along the way now, all of you that we are spending a whole day here together. So you have been exposed about this. You start thinking from now, or even if your research is halfway or almost finishing, it's okay. You have already starting to think what's next after publication. How are you going to build the impact? Because once you have this impact, if you remember earlier today when I show the whole research cycle, all of you remember the research cycle? Okay, let me see. I will go back to the first slide. Okay, hold on here. Research cycle. In my introduction. Remember this? The research life cycle. So when you are here, right? What's next? You have to start thinking of this.
Yes.
How are you going to outreach and engage, and what is the impact? And from here, right, you will get a new idea to continue your research.
Yes.
So that is where your research will go on, and it won't die here only.
Yeah, I think I agree. I'm lacking of outreach and impact. Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome, and good thing you are joining us. Okay. Let me go back to where we are now. Okay. All right. So I hope I've helped to clear at least some part of your doubts. Okay. We will move on. Oh, time is running really fast. I didn't realize it. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. I have one. Dr. Zalfa mentioned something. Okay, Dr. Zalfa, you can share. Dr. Zalfa mentioned that interview should stop until reach your saturation. You want to terangkan? Okay, so all right. That's a suggestion from Dr. Zalfa just now. How many? What's the sample size and so forth? Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Zalfa.
All right. So we will continue with the ad type. Okay. Right. I'm not sure about other universities, but for University Malaya, we are moving towards to think about impact at the start of your research. So we refer to this UK, the Research Excellence Framework. REF, this year the UK one, they are actually working towards, I think actually they are reporting the 2021. Okay, they are compiling all the documentation for the REF reporting 2021. So for the UK, the panels of this REF Research Excellence Framework, they define, they group together, categorize benefits of research beyond academia. So what we are talking about here is not just publication. That's all stop at the academia. But what is next? What is beyond academia? REF categorize it into 8 types of impact: economy, social, public policy and services, health, cultural, quality of life, international, and environment. Okay, so the impacts are actually on products, processes, practice, policies, behaviors, understanding, avoidance or waste of, spelling mistake, waste of resources. Okay, the impacts, and further example like wealth creation, if you have like spin-offs or creating jobs, yeah, so that's wealth creation. Environmental benefit, like now the river is 10% cleaner than before. Healthcare impact is you are trying to save lives. Okay, how many lives per year you are saving lives. And social cohesion policy developed to improve the social networking among pensioners. These are some of the examples of impact. Okay. All right. So I will, yeah, we have activities now to gauge your impact. Okay. I put in this impact summary planning sheet. Is amended. It's actually amended from overseas, from UK, from Australia, and so forth. So okay, let me go to the impact summary sheet. Okay, similarly, hold on. Okay, let me share. Okay, go back to the general one, the front page. Okay, in files. Okay, you follow me, and files. Go to class materials. And you will see this impact summary planning sheet. What you can do, at these 3 dots, you can actually download it. Okay, you can download it into your own folder or your laptop and so forth, and start filling up. So what is this impact summary, impact summary and pathway to impact? So this is actually a planning sheet to help you to think, how are you going to package your impact? Okay, so this is a very good example from, I think I adopted this from Australia or UK, I can't remember. Okay, so it's actually a planning sheet to help you to draft the impact summary. Okay, so what you can do, we have all these columns here. Just answer. Think of your research. Now you start thinking of your research. Who will be your research beneficiary? Okay, your research will benefit who? We are talking about all this is non-academic beneficiaries. So go beyond publications. Okay, the easy word is just go beyond publication. If you can just list who will be your research beneficiaries, and what is the benefit? What do they receive from there, from your research findings and so forth? And how are you going to categorize this into whether it's a public impact or it's a policy impact or industry impact or healthcare or so forth? You can categorize it. And how are you going to share your research with them? This is actually the research communication. Earlier we talked about research communication. How are you going to share with them? What are the activities that you are going to do? You can start thinking, and when all this activity, when it will be taking place, and then who is going to arrange and deliver. Of course, you can just mention the research team that from yourself, your team. and if there is okay, you can ignore this part. How will you know? Yeah, and how are you going to see how will you gauge whether these activities that you share with your beneficiaries has been useful or not? Okay, so the planning sheet is here. Everyone, okay, let me see, check. Dr. Nova. Alamak, I didn't get a completed one. Yeah, maybe I will do so next training, I guess. You can there is actually example if you can just Google in the UK ref, because this is all coming following the pathway to impact, which is actually following the ref impact assessment. Okay, pathway to impact. So there is a completed one. I don't have it with me now, and also I didn't put it up in this table, but what I can just share with you based on what I understand briefly from your research. Okay, start thinking. Let's do the brainstorming together. Like, who will your research benefit? Okay, you can think. Of course, you are targeting the consumers. Who else? The company who developed these smart wearables, and who else will benefit from these smart wearables? We can start thinking from there. Who is involved in this, and so forth. Maybe say, for example, I don't know, like trainers of maybe like gym, brainstorming. If you have the maybe the family doctors will benefit also from the smart wearables, because they can monitor their patients easily, and start thinking like what is the benefit. Okay, Dr. Zalfa, I'm actually giving you answers. Okay, right. Any question thus far? Yes, you're right. Business marketers, yes. You can start going. By the now you can start doing this. This is one exercise. So I hope everyone is like you start thinking. Or if you have any question, you can ask now. I'll give you some time to go through and think, and then we come back again. Everyone, okay? Hello. Hey. Dr. Wana, are we talking about potential beneficiaries? Yes, we are. You can start thinking like who will potentially benefit from your research. And then planning like how are you going to engage with them after your research is done, and how are you going to share your results. Yes, of course, government agencies. If your research is actually helping to change, coming up with recommendation, briefs, or policy. So, of course, government agency, because it will be, you are going to influence them in decision making. So they are your potential beneficiaries as well. You're most welcome. Okay. All right, everyone else, is there any question before I leave it to you to think for a while? I actually put here, okay, let me go back. I put 15 minutes for this impact summary. Go back to the slide. So, okay, so you fill up the column based on your own research for 50 minutes because we will have the upcoming activities on this. And excuse me for a while, I just want to go for a quick, go to a washroom quickly, and then I'll come back and we will be continuing. Okay. All right. I hope after when I come back later, I can pick anyone. Okay. Let's start thinking. I'll see you in a while. All right. I'm back here. Okay. So how's the impact summary planning sheet goes? Can I go around the room? Okay. Okay, let's see. Dr. Leo, are you here? You can type if it's okay. Or you want to unmute yourself. Dr. Leo, are you here? How about I move to next one? Dr. Fairuz.
Oh, I just came back from washroom as well. So what's the question?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We are doing impact summary now.
Okay.
So you go through the impact summary planning sheet.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions? Can you fill it with your own research?
Because I've just been in UM for 1 year, right? So basically, there's not
No
much
worries.
output.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said just now, I do have a feeling because I'm working on wastewater treatment, for example,
Yes.
right? So I
Yes.
believe that the one that will benefit most, especially the population itself, mainly the rural, because the one that I'm proposing, the technologies, should be suitable for those in a rural area, for example. So they are the one that will benefit in terms of those lower costs and more or less efficient wastewater treatment for their yeah.
Okay. By the way, Dr. Fairuz, mind
Yeah.
me asking, the technology that you are going to propose, since it's a
Yeah.
new technology for water treatment, what's the technology?
Just now the constructed wetland and the
Okay,
combination with
the wetland. Yeah,
yeah.
constructed
So,
wetland. Okay,
yeah.
all right. Okay, thank you very much. So yes, there is a very huge potential there. The impact of it, if you can plan, and I really hope to see the research of your research output, outcome, and impact soon from the central office.
Normally we start with lab scale, right? So, but yeah,
Yes, yes.
one of my seniors, they already started to collaborate with Indah Water, for example.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, even our current technology also moving towards those less usage of pond, for example. So
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So,
Actually, I received. I'm going to arrange a meeting together with the deputy dean from clusters. It's actually this company approached us, Air Selangor, Shabas.
okay, okay.
Yes, they are looking forward for research collaboration. So yes, I have yet to arrange for the meeting, but sea industry will come in soon. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
So whatever your background is, don't worry. Every all background, all discipline, there is opportunity to work together. All right.
Sure.
Thank you, Dr.
Yeah,
Virus.
sure. Thank you.
Okay. I will just go around and ask like for one or two more feedback. Okay, maybe one more feedback since we still have another topic, a big topic. Okay, Dr. Hafiza, Nor Hafiza? Dr. Hafiza, are you here? Hi, Dr. Hafiza. Calling once.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you,
Sorry,
Dr.
just
Hafiza.
now I went out for a while.
It's okay. I
Yes.
hope you don't miss too much. All right. So have you gone through the table, the column, the
Just now I
impact?
saw for a while, and then my student, asked me to come to the lab. What is
I
it?
see.
Just now, sorry.
Okay. All right. So basically, maybe because I shared this document, all shared with the participants, so you can download later as well the impact summary planning sheet. So it's
Okay.
actually okay. I will just show you here. What is the planning sheet? Okay, hold on, yeah. Okay, if you go to this one, the impact summary planning sheet, you have the table.
I can see it.
You can see it. So okay, so because we are running a bit time, we are quite tight. I have still one more chapters to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually I thought, because initially I thought one whole day training, it will be like, I'm not sure whether I can cover all, or it will be not enough, or so forth. But here will be this table where it will help you to plan for your impact summary.
Right, sure.
Okay, so who, what, and so forth. Yeah. All right. So I will go back to the slide. Next one, the target audience. Okay. So to build the impact, our advice is to write for a larger audience. Okay. You focus not just for your peers who are or the same discipline peers, or even your colleagues and research team, but think outside how you can influence and impact others as well, by asking who, what, where, when, why, how. So this actually, all these questions, if you notice, is actually covered in the table for impact summary. Okay. So plain language writing. What just now, like what I mentioned initially, we have a tweet, and when I ask you to tweet your research in just 140 characters, so now it's actually a lay summary. It will be easier for you because you just need to capture what is the most insignificant and summarize the main outcome. So the tips here is to avoid jargons and express in a clear, easily understood terms. So when you are asked to write about, like, ask about your research, in order for you to reach out to audience, general public, or even like readers or audience out of your comfort areas, your own discipline. Say, for example, if you are doing from science, for example, from science stream. So if you can convey your research, your message, the research message, and the main points to a researcher, there is a researcher from social science, from arts. If the arts researcher can understand you and know what you are doing, you have succeeded in conveying the message. But this is actually the researcher's level. So it's not really a huge success per se, unless you can convey the message directly over to public, or to people around you, to the community, to the society. Yeah, so once you can do that, your research will be you have the better outreach. Okay. The reason why I asked you to do the impact summary is, once you have go through that, you will be able to write a lay summary based on the impact summary planning sheet, where you will ask about the who, the what, who are the beneficiaries, the potential contributors, what is the benefit that they will receive, how are you going to plan, and so forth. Okay, that will be that is actually helping you to convey your message clearer to public, to the society. Okay, so for this activity, I think I will skip, yeah, because I have another one to cover, which I think is very important, and it's also like in the title itself. Okay, so I will go first. Right, I will share with you one lay summary example by Dr. Nur Afika, who is actually from the Faculty of Medicine. So Dr. Nur Afika joined this class, I can't remember, last year or the year before. So in the class itself, she actually shared out this lay summary of her research. Okay, it's an abstract of what she was doing. Her research is mainly on the HIV and AIDS, and so it's on this area for antiretroviral therapy for HIV infection. Okay, so what is being asked? What is the main objective of her research is engagement with different organizations. How well do the different health and non-health institutions develop, support, or inhibit the ability of the people who use illicit drug, okay, to comply with their therapy regimens. So this is one of the lay summary example where when she conveyed her message, I was asking another researcher from cultural arts, I think, whether he can understand or not. So that is one of the things that you can do. How you want to share your findings with others. Okay, the outreach of it. Okay, we will skip. And finally, partnerships with stakeholders. Okay, this will be the final chapters of today's training. It has been a very, very, very long day. Okay, at least for me. I have been talking like almost 6 hours now, and no, actually 5 hours. Okay, partnerships with stakeholders. So this is actually what I'm doing at the moment. Being an industry liaison, communicating and forming partnerships with stakeholders, with external stakeholders. Okay, so academia industry collaboration, the stakeholders that involve, not only from the government, from academia, of course, your stakeholders, it will be researchers from other universities, okay, the government agency, industry partners, and the community. So this is actually the quadruple helix, if you are familiar with the term quadruple helix on stakeholders engagement. Okay, industry and academia, how we can do collaboration and why we do collaboration. What is it that is being transferred? So from university is emphasizing on education. When this education is being transferred to industry, university is building the talent for the industry. Okay, human capital development from the university, which will provide the manpower to the industry. Okay, that's the collaboration, one of the collaboration. So secondly, from research, whatever is being done in the lab scale research, if you can transfer to the industry, it will become an innovative technology uptaken by the industry. And of course, the social responsibility. Okay, we can do one Slido. Last Slido of the day. Go to Slido and send password 62973. Okay, hold on. Let me go to Slido. And I will share the new question. Okay, you can join at slido.com. Give me some example of academia industry collaboration. Okay, come on. 4:15. We are going to close shop. And before we end, this will be the last one. Can I get your response? What are the example of academia industry collaboration that you can think of? Internship. Good. Next one. What else? What else can you think of? What are the other collaboration with industry, with stakeholders, with external parties? Yep. Come. Let's get more answers. Commercialization. What else? Yep. Good. Okay, go on. Of course, you have more. What other things that, besides the one that is like pop up in the screen? What else can you think of? Sponsorship, right? More? Okay, I see someone commented in the chat. Okay, Dr. Gu, no worries. It's okay. Thank you for joining as well. All right, anything else? Okay. Poll close. All right, so see over here, you have come up with a few, actually quite a number. Funding, internship, technology upscaling, startups, training, commercialization, pilot study, grant, and so forth. Okay, thank you very much for your engagement in the poll. Okay, let's go back to our slide. So here is one of the example what academia and industry, what academia and industry collaboration can be about. So you just now, everyone mentioned graduate employability, where internship, and there is actually training, adjunct lecturers, adjunct professors, industry, university, CSR programs, scholarships, talk, coaching, mentoring, or research development collaboration, clinical trial. Not mentioned just now, but yes, clinical trial is one of the collaboration, research contract, and then industry sabbatical, commercialization. You have mentioned about the spin-off, licensing, technology licensing, startups, and so forth. Consultancy, yes. University as expert service provider, training courses, short courses, innovation, provide solution to the industry, and so forth. Okay, this is some of the example. So in UMIs, in our office, the Office of Industry and Community Engagement, how we do is we try to map all this engagement into low, medium, and high. So the low level of engagement includes just like a touch and go kind, where industry can sponsor some event sponsorship, or maybe a collaboration to have a webinar series or a competition and so forth. So for us, that will be a low level of engagement with industry partners. Then slowly moving towards moving along the arrow, you will get internship or exchange or attachment. So the attachment is actually you can have the industry to come in and attach at the university as adjunct professors, or the other way around, where for the researchers, for you guys, for lecturers, where you can take sabbatical leave and go to the industry to attach with the industry if you can find a host company that can host you for the attachment. Then we have the medium level of engagement, like the empowerment, student staff empowerment, projects, workshops, and so forth. Okay, you move along, you'll be research collaboration, consultancy, commercialization, and the highest one, what the the management would aim for is actually an endowed chair, endowment. So we have a few examples of endowment. Faculty of Business, Dr. Zalfa is here. Yes, Faculty of Business, we have from banks, from Maybank, if I'm not mistaken. Is it from at Faculty of Business or Econs? I can't remember. Dr. Zalfa, would you like to clarify? The endowed chair in Faculty of Business is which one? Yes, okay. Maybank is one of the endowed chair, right? Maybank, yes. And we have others like, for example, EPF, the KWSP endowed chair. We have also from the Unku Aziz endowment chair, which is actually endowed by a few others company like Bank Negara and so forth. We also have what else, the endowed chair that we have. In Faculty of Medicine, we do have a few. We do have some as well. So why our office we are moving towards that will be considered as the highest level of engagement, because it is a long-term relationship with the industry partner. They have invested millions for an endowment in the university. So when they invested millions, the university can use the dividend generated by the amount of the endowment to do some research work, or even to sponsor students for scholarships and so forth, okay, for enhancement of the staff and others. All right, so it's actually a long-term relationship with the industry partners. Okay, let's do this. Challenges faced when engaging with industries. Okay, what I will do is we will go to the slide. Okay, hold on, not this one. Okay, let's go back to the pause. All right, we go to the pause and we have here the go up to Paul. Now here, challenges faced when engaging with industries. Okay, what your challenges? Which one do you think is the huge challenge? Okay, it's not limited for just one per person. You can have multiple votes. If you feel that that is one of the challenges when you want to face when you want to try and engage with industry partners. Okay, let's come and submit your poll. Timescale. Okay, I see answers here. All right. Timescale for, oops, sorry, I have one. This must be when I'm typing, it's like almost sleeping already. Okay, sorry for the typo. Any other challenges that you feel? Okay, I'm open for chat if you want. If you feel like some is a very huge challenge and maybe it's not captured here. See, most 36%. for timescale, which means that, yes, the expectation of completion when you are engaging with industry partner for this research. Okay, managing research, collaboration. Okay, anything else that you feel which might be a hindrance or a challenge faced when we are engaging with industry partners? So basically, most of you feel that the dedicated time for research and also dissemination is huge challenge. Okay, for this for engaging with the industry partners. Okay, we go back. Thank you for your votes. We will go back to the slide. To stakeholders. Now, just now, why I asked, later you will see why asking you what's the challenges. So, stakeholders are actually individuals who are affected by or responsible for the outcomes of your project or an initiative. They are all called or termed as the stakeholders. So, why it is important for stakeholder networking to communicate the institutional visions and mission, share output and impact of the university. That's why you want to engage with stakeholders to enable our academicians and graduates to be connected and be more relevant, and to create new partnership for mutual benefit. Okay, so who are your identified stakeholders at work or at your research or for your research? Comments? Okay, I think to cut the time short, right? We will just ask for comments from anyone. You can just unmute yourself and then you give example. What do you think of stakeholders? Who are your stakeholders? Come. Can I unmute yourself or you want to type in the chat? Who are your stakeholders for your research or even at work? Response. Who are your stakeholders? Come on, some response. Anyone? Give me just two stakeholders. Identified stakeholders. Dr. Zalfa? Okay, I see some students and employees. Yes, thank you, Dr. Wana. Students. So, yes, they are your stakeholders. Who else? Of course, okay, your research. You might be engaging with society, with government agency, with, I don't know, customer, with industry players. So all of them are your stakeholders. So, yeah, Dr. Norhafiza, grant providers, the funders is also your stakeholders. True, patients for your research. So who, if they're either, the stakeholder definition is just either they are affected by, where is the stakeholder definition? Either they are affected by or they are responsible for the outcome of whatever you are doing. They are considered your stakeholders. Okay. So for stakeholder analysis, first, identify all the stakeholders and their key information and classify the stakeholders into groups by analyzing the impact and the support, and also assess how the stakeholder might respond in various circumstances. Okay. So for stakeholder analysis, how we are going to assess the influence is by looking at how what's the power of the stakeholder of the group has or may have to change your project, the initiative, and recognize this extent of the power. And involvement, the proximity, which is the involvement of the stakeholder has with your research team, and the urgency, the time sensitivity, the criticality, the value that the stakeholder has, and the action that they may take. So basically, we are looking at benefit versus the level of interest. If, let's say, for example, this stakeholder has a very high level of interest, okay, these two columns, and also a high level for benefit, this group is your easy to reach target who will benefit significantly from the engagement. So you reach out to them in priority order. This will be your priority. You contact them first in your list now. Okay, so that will be your primary stakeholders. If, say, for example, the level of interest from this stakeholder is high, the level of interest is low, sorry, but they have high benefit. These are the hard to reach group who are disinterested but could benefit significantly from this engagement. So you find out how to motivate them to get engaged. Okay, so to simplify this matrix, that will be the power versus interest grid. Okay, actually these two is actually the same thing. Power versus interest from Levin 2016. Low interest or high interest, and then what's the power? How much influence they can have. Okay, so if we look at these transcribed matrices, if you have a group of when you analyze the stakeholders, they are having low interest and low alignment, which means that they don't have any power towards your research. This group, you can either choose to ignore or monitor for future. Who knows, you can slowly move their interest from low to high. Say, for example, if you can move them from this quadrant to the next quadrant, you keep them informed throughout the research. They have a higher interest now, but they are still very low in, not much power towards your research. So it's still a low alignment approach. See how to persuade them, keep them informed. Okay. Of course, if they have high interest and high power influence for your work with them in partnership, work together for your research. Okay. Just now we have some groups. Okay, say for example, Dr. Nur Hafiza mentioned grant provider. So look at this for the grant provider, or even like patients for healthcare research, like what Dr. Zalfa mentioned. See the quadrant. Okay, I will use the example from Dr. Zalfa, the patients part for your healthcare research. For this quadrant, what do you think? Where should this stakeholder be going to? Which quadrant? Are they this quadrant, or work in partnership, or monitor, or challenge, or persuade? What will be your answer? Everyone else, anyone can answer. Yes.
We should choose one quadrant, or it can be all quadrants.
Depending on the engagement level, so the same stakeholder, right? At different stage of your research, maybe at the early stage, they are still developing interest, but towards when you have the results coming out, this same group of stakeholders, they might want to be working in partnership already. So what I would say here is that even though it's the same group of stakeholders, throughout your research timeline, at different stage, they might be in different quadrant. Okay. Do you have any questions that you would like to ask? Is the quadrant clear? Stakeholders.
So for this grid should be decided at earlier of the stage when we plan the research, or which stage?
When you are determining, actually, okay, for example, if you are applying for the IIRG grant, this quadrant will be planned at your proposal stage. You have to start thinking, who are your stakeholders? If let's say your research is already like ongoing, it's not too late to plan now, to decide now, where the stakeholders fall, and how are you going to continue your research with them. Okay? Right, there's a lot of thinking and consideration to make. Right? Okay. Anyone else has any question?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
If you don't mind, you go through again what's exactly the objective of looking into this grid and how we can make full use of this grid in our current or future research. I'm sorry, I might have missed the important point just now.
Okay, all right. Why importance? Why? Is because why do we want to engage with stakeholders? So, engaging with stakeholders. Basically, if we are talking about research, right, it's actually to create a partnership for mutual benefit and to share your output and impact. Basically, the whole training today is I'm looking back at the title, research, outreach, engagement, and impact. So I'm guiding everyone. We are working throughout this journey from morning until now towards this objective, which is the research outreach and engagement and forming impact. So when we go back to this grid, this is the partnership with stakeholders. Identify who your stakeholders are, analyze them, and to know that, okay, why the importance of this grid is once you know who your stakeholders are, you know how are you going to engage with them. Okay. All right, Dr. Zalfa. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, we are also ending soon. Okay, no worries. Dr. Wana, am I correct? Just now, Dr. Wana is asking, right?
Yes, it was me.
Yes. So, is it clear now for you? Why do we need these stakeholders? Because we need to understand, like, these stakeholders. How are we going to work with them when we do the analysis, stakeholder analysis?
Yeah, it's just a matter of how to work with this power interest grade. That's the major problem here. How do we go about it? Thank you.
Okay, so how to work with them? Next. Okay. So engaging with them, stakeholder engagement. So thank you, Dr. Wana. I'm bringing you now for answering your question, how to work with them. Use the stakeholder as participant in a collaborative decision-making process, which will help you guide the creation and execution of the work or your research. So the process of or process flow of a stakeholder engagement, of course, start with planning, understand the stakeholders' need, okay, alignment, building trust, consultation, response, and finally, evaluate, monitor, document them. Document all this engagement. Okay, go back to the grid just now. If it's a very low influence, low interest, okay, how are we going to work with them? This is actually the strategy. Okay, at the top of this pyramid is a partnership where, if we go back, it's actually this group work in partnership. So these stakeholders, they have a very high interest and they have high power of influence towards your work. So if we work with, then we work with partnership. What does it mean here? You share the accountability and responsibility. It's a two-way engagement of joint learning, decision making, and actions. So if, let's say, for example, your stakeholders falls under the pool communications, which actually has a low influence, a low interest. Okay, just now, if you remember in the quadrant, either you keep them monitor or keep them informed, or you can ignore. So what does this mean? Pool communication, which means that it's actually a one-way engagement. So information is made available. Just share the information with them, and this stakeholder choose whether to engage or not, which means that you can share it in the web page or construction of hoardings. But the thing is, not necessarily you will get the engagement from them. As in, you might not want to spend a lot of effort putting in for this group of stakeholders. Instead, find those that can work in partnerships, whereby there are high influence and high interest. Because if you look at this arrow, right, going down with this group, of course, there is a lot more stakeholders here, but you are actually have like this is like the value of the stakeholder engagement. It's not as high as the partnership itself. Okay, clear? Okay, Dr. Wana?
Oh, yes. Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
I must unmute. Yes, I do. Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the way. Here is how the approach should be. Okay, whether what is the defined approach, the description of each of them. Okay. So to build these relationships with stakeholder, consider we already go through who is your stakeholder. Okay, what help do you and your team need from the stakeholders, and then what's their need, common objective, and so forth, the barriers and everything else. When you are working with stakeholders, to build the relationship, here are the 5 key principles that you want to consider. Do what you say and what you are going to do, and don't overpromise. Okay, because once you overpromise and you can't deliver it, you are losing trust from the stakeholders. Okay, try to make sure there are no surprises. No, don't give surprises to your stakeholders, because your reputation, your name, your brand is at stake. Okay, create a business relationship that is mutually beneficial, and there are people. Remember them that there are also people. So always show respect when you are engaging and building relationships. Okay, so if you want to go fast, you can go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Which means that if you want to work and go far from your research, for your research career, work together with stakeholders. That's why the stakeholder engagement comes. All right. Of course, when you are going, if you go together, you won't go as fast, but surely you will still reach your destination. So the quote for you to take home today. Okay, to recap, the building blocks of the network scholar. So the identity, researcher profile, right? Others can identify you online as a scholar. Okay, the presence, your presence, visibility, okay, your reputation, connection, sharing. I've covered all, conversation, and so forth, so that you are a network, okay? Network as a scholar. It's not just as doing your research or experiment in the lab, but you connect and you communicate the research, your research work, and you are building impact to yourself and to the research as well. Basically, what is the takeaway message for today? These 3, the impact, communication, stakeholders, is actually all interconnected. So in order to achieve impact, it will have to come through effective communication and working closely with stakeholders. Only then you will build this impact. Okay, so this will be the TechCom message for today. And we have tests to see whether you can understand or not. Similarly, at the beginning of the session, if you can go to the test, right? Go to files, then the pre-post test. Okay, I'm sure you already downloaded this morning when you answered the pre column. So now answer the post column. And after this, after you have answered both, I would like to request everyone to upload your pre-post test, change the name, rename it to your own name, and upload here. Okay, it's actually for my record of engaging the engagement report. How much I want to know whether you have learned something from this whole day training or not. Okay, everyone, can you answer the post test? It's actually
Okay,
the same.
Dr. Boom.
All right, thank you. Please answer and hope you can upload your results here in the file. Okay, while you're answering your post test and also later upload in here, can I go around the room? For today's training, a whole day training, a very long day training, and thank you everyone for following me and still with me until now. Do you have any questions that you would like to ask? Any questions or anything that you want me to clarify?
Dr. Boom, can I ask you just one question?
Yeah, no worries. You can ask many questions as well.
If you're in an attempt or we are trying to engage to one stakeholder, for example, the government agency or government department or anything like that, do you have to inform University Malaya formally or as an official relation or whatsoever? Do you have to do that?
Okay, let's say actually at which level are you going to engage with them?
Say for example for my sabbatical
yes, if you're sabbatical, right, and you want to so what you mean is you want to do your attachment sabbatical?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes, there is a procedure to go. You have to get your head of department approval. You have to get the HR BSM approval because it's sabbatical. Or if it's not, it's just a normal research project, do you have to do that as well? For research project, it depends on let me see. Okay, if let's say if this is for this research project falls under maybe say for example the grant internal if your grant asks to have this connection, you might want to provide some emails or proof or documents that says that you are engaging with the industry partners. But if you are doing research together, actually I would say it depends. If you are doing a consultation work with the industry partners, yes, you have to go through the university. Consultancy will have to be part under UPUM, the University Malaya, the consultancy unit. If you are doing community engagement work, also it will be best if you can go through Cares, our community engagement arm. And of course, commercialization, yes, definitely you have to go through if the work that you are working together with the industry partners will have some IP rights, copyrights, or patents or commercialization value, because there are certain agreement terms and conditions that the university you will be protected under the university as a staff. So basically, the management will help to cover you in case there is some dispute going on and so forth. So I would say it will be best to inform the university. But which office and which department, it depends on the work itself. Okay, Dr. Wanda?
Okay, yeah. Since this is some sort of KPI as well for the faculty, right?
Yes. Now, I think we have not set it as a KPI, but certain faculty, like Faculty of Engineering, I think they do. Dr. Wanda is in which faculty?
Economic.
Economics.
Yeah, FEA.
Well, yeah,
I can find out. Just throw the question to you. Yeah. Thanks so much, Dr. Pong.
Yes. It would be best if you can inform at least your faculty, the Deputy Dean of Research, your head of department. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, okay, you are still answering your post-test, right? Meanwhile, I'm displaying the front page of today's training, because with my information here, you have my email there, you have my office phone number, and where my office is. If you have any questions or you would like to engage with industry partner, feel free to drop by or email me, or yes. Okay, we can have a coffee chat or work together. Okay. Any more questions? Any more questions about our training today? Okay, if there's no more questions, thank you very much for today, and thank you for following me throughout. I'm sorry if there is any for the technical glitches. Okay, hope you bear with me. Very sorry about some of the technical glitches, and if I'm unclear or anything. Okay, so I hope you have fun with all the activities. Because I hope you are okay with all the informations loaded. But don't worry, I wish all of you, early career faculties, all of you, a success journey in your research. Okay? Right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bong.
You're most welcome. Thanks for joining as well.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Dr. Bong, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for
I really
joining.
learned a lot.
Thanks. Nice to hear that. Hope to see you around.
Okay. Okay,
Will
bye.
there be another one
Yes.
like this next time?
Pardon?
Will there be another research like this? Next time?
Another session?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think at that, yes. I know that the section Pembangunan Bakat has already sent me an email. I will be also conducting the visibility, research visibility. It will be something similar. Actually, it will be something similar like this, depending on the audience who the participants are. I will amend here and there. Yeah.
Because this is really good. I would like to promote to many friends in my faculty. That's the thing. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, Doctor, just now, Dr. Pravina, you are the one that mentioned about this, right?
Sorry?
Do you say that you want to promote to your faculties or things like that?
I don't know. That was.
Oh, sorry. Who
It was
actually?
me, sorry.
Dr. Wana, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Thank you. I think Edek just shared the upcoming session, the next one, managing media presence in research communication. If you have time, feel free to join. There is a limitation for seats. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Okay, I think that's all for me from today. Okay.